There is one more individual that I'd like to recognize, and that is our recipient of the 2017 Spirit of Avenues Award. The Spirit of Avenues Award honors a volunteer, donor, family or staff member whose unselfish service and outstanding contribution to the mission and community of Avenues exemplifies what is meant by Spirit. Spirit shines in those individuals who are passionate about putting aside all things and putting aside all old ideas about what is possible and embracing the wonderful diversity that the people of Avenues bring to all of our lives. Our past recipients have included the staff of Avenues, Kathy Green Seward, and the AT&T Pioneers. Tonight, we are pleased to present the fourth Spirit of Avenues Award. And I'd like to bring your attention to the screens on each side of the podium here for a short video showcasing the accomplishments of tonight's award recipient. Avenues has been fortunate to have Pat as part of the Avenues family for more than 25 years. We first met her when she worked at a Des Plaines bank, where she was instrumental in hiring and managing one of our program participants in the early days of our community employment program. And I believe that was back in the days when they still actually rolled coins, right? The rest is history, and Pat has become an indispensable part of Avenues. She was a member of the partnership board and now the governing board for nearly 2 decades. She chaired the 50th anniversary celebration of Avenues at the Love Affair. She's a longtime member of the Avenues Program Committee, ensuring the continued quality of residential and day program services. Pat received the Volunteer of the Year Award in 2006, and she's been a member of the Love Affair Committee, Irish Fest Committee, and since its inception, the Beyond the Runway Thrift Shop Fashion Show. Patricia embodies all that is meant when we speak of the Spirit of Avenues. Her ability to put aside old ideas about what is possible is an example to all of us, and we are honored to have her commitment, care, and concern for the people of Avenues. Please join me in honoring Patricia Grimes, our 2017 Spirit Award winner.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you. There's a certain group on that side that wants to dance, so we got to move this along. Bob, thank you very much. Thank you all for this honor. I'm overwhelmed. And thank you, Bob. You took a few of my lines out of my speech so I can shorten it now. And one of the things that Bob just said, that Avenues puts aside old ideas about what's really possible. And I'd like to tell you a story about that and how I came to this moment where I had the Spirit of Avenues upon me. And I will tell you the story, and I'll make it the Cliff Notes version in an effort of time. But it starts out 25 plus years ago when I was working at a bank in Des Plaines. And I was a person who did have those old ideas when it came to filling a position about filling a job, a coin rolling job, in the bank. And we had a young man there at the bank. His name was David. And David rolled coin for us 3 days a week, which involved lifting heavy bags. It involved using a big machine, very old technology by today's standards. So it was intricate. It required some analytical thinking, as well as working on a production. So David was with us a very long time. And one day he comes to me and he says he was giving me his 2-week notice. And I was shocked. He'd been with us forever. He was a fixture in the bank. It never occurred to me that David would want to do anything else but roll coin. So we had to pursue refilling David's position. And in those days, before the internet, you went out to your local newspaper, the Pioneer Press, whatever, and we weren't getting very many bites. Coincidentally, Sue, who doesn't work with Avenues anymore, Sue Corntweed, who was with the job training program, came in to the bank and did a cold call to our human resources department. Sue asked, by any chance, would there be any positions available at the bank that could be performed by one of Avenues' clients? And of course, at the time, this wasn't Avenues, it was NSAR, but nonetheless. And human resources called me and they said, hey, Pat, what about that coin rolling job? And I said, no, we got to lift heavy coin and operate a machine, and no, I don't think that's going to work. And she said, well, would you do me a favor? Would you come up here and talk to her anyway? I said, okay, fine. So I went up and I started to explain the job to her, and she's going, yes, okay, good, yeah, we can do that. We got it, we can do that. And I said, well, okay. I said, but I don't think we're in a position to train someone like this. We're not skilled in training these type of people. And she said, you're not. I am. And I said, well, how are you going to train them? She says, you're going to train me, and then I'm going to train them. And I said, okay. And she said, and I will roll your coin until we have someone who will be able to do it for you. And I said, okay, well, what is that going to cost me? Being the fiscally, responsible manager that I was. And she says, nothing. It's free. Ha, good. All right, sold. Have at it. So in came a steady stream of clients, and I'm telling you the Cliff Notes version. This went on for a period of months. And my old ideas were not going away because I wasn't seeing what I would hope to have seen, and that would have been a client doing this job until Cindy Krupski came in. Is Cindy here tonight? She's here. Cindy, where are you? Okay, so they bring in Cindy. Where are you, Cindy? Cindy, stand up. There you are. Look at that little cutie. Hi, Cindy. Cindy doesn't look a whole lot different than she did 25 years ago. Furthermore, I don't think Cindy weighs a pound more than she did 25 years ago. So Cindy, they start training Cindy. I'm thinking, there's no way this is going to work. And Cindy takes to that job like a fish in water. She can lift the bags, she can operate the machine, she can meet the production rate that we wanted her to meet, and most importantly, she stole the hearts of the entire bank. So Cindy stayed with us, and she became our employee, our first employee from Avenues at First National Bank of Des Plaines. Fast forward 2 years. There's a joke in banking in that day that said that you better, every day you come in, check the name on the door to make sure you knew who you were working for that day. The advent of bank acquisitions and mergers were rampant, in Illinois especially. I came in one day, and sure enough, on my desk is a memo that says that the bank, our privately held community bank, had been sold to a multi-state regional bank, had already happened. And this particular bank, and I won't bother naming them, they're gone now too, they took over immediately, and the change was incredible. And we were, I can't even describe how quickly things moved. And along comes another memo, and the memo says, effective like the first of the following month, we are going to outsource all coin and currency processing to an armored carrier. I panicked. I'm like, no, you can't do this. That means that would be the end of Cindy's job. So I went to my new boss and I explained to him how this was going to affect this one person. And he said, I'm sorry, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that, but I'll try. So he went up and talked to the Grand Poobah of operations in Minneapolis, and 2 days later I got a call back, and he said, Cindy can still have her job. They took that branch out of the contract, and that branch, and only that branch of the 450 branches in the United States would have a coin roller, and that was Cindy. So it would appear they used all their benevolence up on Cindy, because unfortunately I left about a year later. And Cindy actually followed not long after that after me when she got her job at Jewel. So that's how it all started, and that's where the spirit came from. Cindy, I don't think you realize this, but through you, I learned that my old ideas were the wrong ideas. You taught me that employees like you are dedicated, reliable people who come to work every day looking forward to it, even Mondays. You do your jobs to the best of your ability, and most importantly, you take pride in everything you do. For that, and for the divine intervention that day when Sue came into the bank, my association with Avenues has been nothing short of incredible. I'm honored and I'm humbled and grateful for this honor. Thank you. Thank you.